Oh shit, it's cut my head off. Uh,
Oh hey, I didn't see you there. I'd like to give you a little bit of history about the band. And while I do so, I'm going to try and French braid my hair because it's a little unruly, it's getting in the way, it's pretty warm, and I never know what to do with my hands. So we'll start with brushing the hair and starting at the beginning, the best place to start.
what do you think of my lockdown hair, by the way? It's flipping terrible, isn't it? But yeah, I'm gonna grow it as long as I can, so long as that I don't go bald before then. But it looks so much worse, like on the camera.
Now, many moons ago, in the olden times of blacksmiths and kings, old selves were born. They were born in the minds of two young men called Ray and Kyle. For a lot of time, since we lived just down the street, we would practice in Kyle's garage. We played guitar for years and years to come, until he went to uni, moved away for a bit, he went to live in Canada for a bit, and I stayed here rotting away. But then he came back, and everything got back on track, and there was talks of me to join the band that he was in.
What up? It's your boy the Kames, and I'm here to tell you all the story of Old Selves, how it came to be, how we got to this point, and where it's all going from here. So basically, the story of Old Selves is that I was in a band previously with Felix called On the Ropes, a pop punk band. Did really well, played all sorts of sick shows, went on tours, put out releases, but basically the band ground to a halt for all sorts of reasons. Everything just kind of stopped. We were only doing 1 or 2 shows a year.
And they were already a well-established band. Personally, I'd not actually spent any time on the stage before, so that was absolutely terrifying for me. But I thought, it's always been our dream, so we'll push past those nerves and give it a bash. But sadly, it was not fated to be. I was not fated to be the other guitarist for this band. But guess who was? That's right, you guys. It was Felix. Felix took the spot.
Our plan is just to keep creating content for you guys. The more that we can create and put out there for you guys to have a laugh at, or maybe take the piss out of us for, we're gonna make it and we're gonna put it out there for you all.
Something like a year goes by where I played I think 2 shows, 1 or 2 shows, literally nothing. So I just became, as did Felix, but basically became highly inactive, weren't doing anything, we're just sitting around twiddling our thumbs. So after about a year, I just said, screw this, I'm just going to start my own band. I'm just going to start something new from scratch. It could be whatever we want it to be, we can shape it, we can build it from the ground up, and that was very exciting from a creative perspective. So went to Jake with it, our original drummer, and he was all for it. Went to Ray with it. Obviously, as Ray explained, we've been trying to do music for 12 years together since we was about 16 years old, maybe earlier than that. And we had tried to do a bunch of bands when we were about 16 through about 19ish, and none of them got off the ground. This is often the case. We didn't really know what we were doing, to be honest. So I was very keen to involve Ray because it was always something that was very important to us to be able to go and do that together. And I knew how badly he wanted to get up there and get on stage and that kind of thing.
He took the spot and he rolled with it, and I was fine with it because, sadly, little short while after, I got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and that kind of put me out of action for quite a while, I would say. It took me out of action for about three years or so. But I beat it, so it's good. But sadly, the chemotherapy kind of messed my hands up, and I lost all the feeling in my hands. And I had to retrain myself to write, so I couldn't really play guitar, to be honest. But I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to pick up the bass. That's right, the true king of instruments, the best of the best, the creme de la creme. Kyle suggested we start the band. He gets me to the pub, and we have a sit down and a talk, and we're like, we think it's time, let's do it. And that's exactly what we did. Then we got the face man, we got the real brains of the operation. This is when he appears. So Felix shows up, and Felix has some big ideas, and he's got so much motivation. It's beautiful to see.
Felix came in, completely altered the sound. It was originally going to be pop punk to a degree, but Felix came in with totally different ideas and said, why don't we do something heavy, something different, something more post-hardcore, more along the lines of Alexis on Fire, Fightstar, Beartooth, that kind of sound, kind of mesh it. And we're all for it. We'd all wanted to do something heavy all along, but we just hadn't really, we didn't really have the confidence in that sense to actually go for it, and we did it and it worked. And that's basically it. And then we recorded 2 singles with Ben Stewart Brown, our good friend, who always does our recordings and so forth, has done today. And then we put them out. The debut single, Strengthening 4, music video, and everything launched at the same time. It was like all the digital stuff. Here we are. This is what we have, etc., etc. And we put out the video, and it was all launched at once. And then we played our debut show back in December. We've only played 3 shows to date. The band has not been going all that long. Really, we only probably launched around November-ish, something like that. And everything was going really well, and we were really hitting our stride. And then we had a whole run of shows booked all the way through the end of the year. I can't remember how many we had, but we had just shows pretty much every month right throughout the year, give or take. And then, of course, lockdown happened and screwed up everything.
Now, COVID seems to be, I don't want to say subsiding because I don't want to jinx anything, but everything's becoming a little more relaxed. People are starting to get back to work. We're starting to look forward to booking some new shows coming up.
So we've just signed to Unearthed Music with Gav, right, as our agent, and he's such a top dude, to be fair.
Obviously, we're signed with Unearthed Music. We've got Gav Wright as our agent, who's a really top guy, really focused, really energized guy. He's got lots of great ideas, and he's brought lots of great ideas to the table we wouldn't have come up with. Trying to keep the machine going while we can't really do much. Hence making this video, and we're going to try and put together other video stuff. We've got some more comedic ideas like you'll see down the line. We're going to try and keep pumping out quality content as best we can until everything's back up and running. We will be recording our debut EP with Ben Stewart Brown in the coming, I think in the next couple months, something like that. It's not really nailed on yet, but we know what we're doing, we know what we're recording. The songs we are recording are the best ones we've done so far, by far. So we're all very excited about that. I think it's going to be really kick-ass. I think it's going to really crush.
Can't wait to play shows. And then moving on to the EP. Obviously the EP is going to be coming soon. Again, I don't know if I can say when we're going to bring it out. Not that it's, like top secret information, but I think, things have just sort of been firmed up now as we're sort of coming out of lockdown and figuring things out. But yeah, the EP shouldn't be too long. Our debut EP, Two Minds, it's going to be called.
There we go. I've reached the bottom of the hair. I realise this is all just elbows at the moment. It's coming through. If I can... Oh no, there's a huge knot. There's a huge knot, you guys. This is not good.
Oh, thank God the government have offered money for the arts industry, and loans and grants to help the arts industry get back on its feet. That's really good news.
Trusty hairbrush. That's right. You know the one. Hey, 3 little nugs. We've got underneath. I mean, no, that's exactly, no, that's just not right. That's right, so that wants to go underneath here, right? And then there, oh yeah, that's it, you guys. You helped me on my hair plaiting journey. Kind of ran out of stuff to say, didn't I? It's kind of just turned into a hair tutorial. But some people might appreciate it. I wouldn't, if it was me.
We've got like a promo shoot that we're planning at the moment, and we're planning to do it a bit differently. Not sort of like well out there, but we don't want to do the usual sort of like metalcore, hardcore metal band meets in a graveyard and does like a worm's eye view shot with like shadows and shit. So like with members, we've got our new drummer coming in, and he's absolute dude. I don't think we can say names at this point. We're going to announce and say who our new members are, and sort of welcome them into the realm of the little Old Selves family. So whilst I film this video, I'm going to braid my hair. No, I'm not, because I don't have any hair, because I cut it all off in lockdown because the hairdressers were short and I fucked it up, so I had to shave it all off. No, I have no hair.
Glasses back on, so I haven't been able to see anything. Oh, filthy. Absolutely filthy.
And we've really not only established our sound, but we're really in the process now of developing it and layering it and beefing it up and making it better and better. And we've really kind of hit our stride and found our identity as a band, which has really helped. And we've got shows coming up in the new year. We have shows booked, I think, January onwards, more or less. There are some things booked in. We'll get those announced, as and when the time comes. Really, it's not really on people's minds right now, but obviously I know people are chomping at the bit to get back going to shows again. We're chomping at the bit to get back playing shows and so on and so forth. That's basically it. That's basically where we are. As I say, we're going to keep creating videos, creating content, pumping stuff out just as best we can, get as creative as we can with it. And that is basically the story of Old Selves. So far.